Hello, viewers, welcome back. And wherever you are, I hope you are doing fine. It's Wednesday, it's midweek, and here in Singapore, we are on our extended circuit breaker. I've seen people or incidents getting more drama like. um, I'm not going to comment on all those dramas, but if you ever thought of doing something crazy, or try not to follow your emotions, try to use your brains. Everybody got family. Let the authorities do their work. Try not to be a vigilante. It's not healthy because it stirs emotion, and with the current um, social media that we have, there are many chances that people will actually follow their emotions more than what they are thinking. So it's not right to do what you think is right, but it's actually wrong. But what you can do is that maybe you can educate people. But of course, there are people who may not accept that and may test you or challenge you. So you can, so what you can do, you can just leave it to authorities to actually do their job, because they are professionals. They have more experience in handling this type of situations. Um, it's quite sad to see vigilante has taken root, not just in Singapore but many other countries. I hope people will actually use their thinking more than emotions, because emotion can make a person look one-dimensional. So imagine if you're a horse, you you are always focused on running towards your target because you have blinders and you can't see what's going on. But if you are a person who will always think, why did that person do that? Why was it challenged? What can I do? Um, it's easy for me to say, but based from what I see in certain actions in individuals, I not that I would just want to let it go, because there's a Malay saying, no matter how smart a rabbit is in escaping the holes, it will one day fall into a pit hole, no matter what. So, without further ado, let me get started. Oxford City. Now, first standard games, we actually lost twice. We drew once. We lost 7 games. We scored only 11 goals. We conceded an abysmal 14. That was a relegation form. And what I want to share with you is, voila, next Stanley games after the action taken in my previous video of stabilizing the midfield, forming partnerships on areas as fast as you can. So it translates to 4 wins, 5 draws, and a league defeat. The best part is, last round of 10 league games, we only garnered 7 points, and this time we actually got a total of 19 points. So that's 12 points more, and it gives us a lot of breathing space. It's not exactly a championship form with 4 wins, 5 draws, and league defeat, but it gives us a platform to actually see where we can go even further here. And that's a good sign, because the team is learning. I'm learning with the minimal resources, doing the right stuff consistently. Of course, nothing is perfect, because when you actually fix on the first 11 with 5 ever-present substitutes, you're gonna actually make some established players or players who think they can make an impact unhappy. Okay, it's already starting to happen. But they are not yet unhappy. They are showing more of like from delighted to satisfied or happy. So that's a decrease in terms of happiness level. So it's something I need to ponder and consider about. But of course, I will not let it affect my league standings, because bear in mind, I'm sure the AI chairman and directors will not be pleased if I suffer more losses. So it's more about balancing game here. You want to win, you want to groom people, you want to be fair, but there's always balance that you have to actually look into. And out of these statistics, we've scored 6 goals more compared to the first 10 league games and considered 3 goals less. So that's a good sign. That's a good sign. It's something that you firmly believe that we can get to somewhere. All right, with this team, the team is learning. That's good. It translates similarly to real life. Now, in real life, if you started a new job with new colleagues, and your new colleagues will be wondering what is his working style will be, and the first few weeks or first few months, first 1 or 2 months, everyone will be wondering how they're gonna actually fit into a work-life working style of each other, and sooner or later everybody's going to adapt to each other, and it translates to better productivity. So that happens to Oxford City itself. I'm very, very happy that this has progressed. So hopefully we can actually win more games, draw less, and maybe go unbeaten. Now, from these games, we have found that there's an increase of resilience, increase of determination by the team to actually overcome challenges, and this was not seen in the first 10 league games. So this is a huge progress that the team has made. Now, the right things. Midfield is having the right balance to attack and defend. And in the last video, I was sharing about us having a direct type of passing. Direct type of passing actually translates to, if you don't have players with good passing techniques, you may actually lose possession much more easier. That will allow opposition to actually counter-attack you easily, and it will leave your defense suspect despite the fact that you have talented defenders. Last video also I actually shared that we always considered goals in set pieces. Now this time around, the midfield has actually fused better. I've signed Lucas Dawson. He has actually brought balance and experience to the midfield, partnered well with Josh Ashby. That's a good partnership that has already been built and established, despite the number of games that they played together this season. And we've actually gone on to 8 league games unbeaten until our encounter against then league leaders Chelmsford. We lost 3-0 at home. So of all games, we were unbeaten. We actually were, in this round of 10 league games, we were unbeaten away, but we lost at home, which is quite sad. It's usually on the laws of nature, it's supposed to be the other way, but we lost at home 3-0 in that aspect. But however, from the studies show, we won 3 games at home. We drew once, we lost once. Away, we were unbeaten with 2 games won and 3 games drawn. So it's better than nothing. We actually hold possession very well. So it gives us a good template for us to build the team to be even better. Now, I want to highlight wingers who actually translated 6 goals out of 17 goals scored. It's 19 goals scored, 6 goals. Now, why do I highlight wingers? Bear in mind, I actually played 4-4-2. 4-4-2 usually emphasize on wing play. And for those of you who come from an old school back in the 90s especially, and early 2000s, 4-4-2 is a very, very popular formation played by teams all around the world. And teams with good speedy wingers, productive wingers, will usually not just provide assists, they score goals. So 6 goals from wingers, it gives me the idea that should my good strikers actually hit a rough patch, goals can come to another source, the wingers itself. So that is a happy thing for me to be pleased with. And from these 10 league games, the key match I want to share with you is our match against Bath City. We won 2-1. There are games that we actually won even more, but why I want to highlight this 2-1 victory was that for the first time we were actually a goal down, and we fought back and we won. We won 2-1. It shows that the team has resilience, the determination to actually win back games, to take games off the scruff of the neck. The opposition scored first. They have an absolute dominance over us in the first 15 to 20 minutes with attacks and possessions, and it felt that they were having the possession most of the time and we couldn't even sniff at that goal. It was until in the late 20 minutes and or so we start to impose back our game, and we've managed to score an equalizer right before halftime, which was crucial. Had we have not scored just before halftime, it is very tough. It will be more challenging, but psychologically, it gives us a lot of breathing space. We play at home. We were patient. We show a lot of determination. We are eager not to lose the first half, so 1-1. The second half, we impose our gameplay. We ensure that the strikers do not get their supplies to where they come from. Now, Bath City played a 3-5-2 formation, which means that they will have a central midfield superiority over us. So we actually attack them more on the flanks, and this due to the fact that they have a man advantage in the middle. They have an additional man advantage in central defense when compared to our two strikers, but we have actually tore them away with on the flanks, which is fantastic. And the winning goal came from Harry Crawford via a corner. I will share that video inside my YouTube link. And it was thrilling, but it was a short thrill feeling for me, because I do understand that Bath City will actually maybe have a chance to put more pressure on us, because there's 20 more minutes to play, 20 more minutes plus injury time. Now, can you imagine it can appear like an eternity for teams to be involved to defend their slim leads. It's not as if you have a 2-goal or 3-goal cushion. Even 2-goal cushion is never ever gonna be safe when you have another 20 minutes to play with extra time. As you can see, the opposition striker, Brandt, he is the man of the match of the game. He's really an imposing figure, strong forward, physical forward. So we managed to actually mark him out. More importantly, we cut off the supply that actually came to him, and we don't concede set pieces that can become a threat to the defense. Another reason why we actually won was because halftime team talk was effective. Now, this game has a fantastic mechanism where you can appear assertive or you can appear aggressive, and choose that option, and you can say to them, I expect a better performance after this, or you can say, I'm not pleased with the game, and usually it will actually translates to the how the players will feel towards that remark. So that was good, that was effective. It managed to ensure the team actually played and imposed their game better. So fantastic. And bear in mind that this actually came after a 3-0 home loss to then league leaders, Chelmsford. So I'm very happy. This is a good thing for Oxford City that we can actually build forward to. Now, the FA Cup. FA Cup, the first 2 rounds of the FA Cup qualifying rounds, we played against non-league side, Brightlingsea and Harrow, 3-goal margin victories, and Aldershot, we lost a game that ended our qualification itself. I'm a little disappointed, but it's more to a sadness part that I'm feeling. The reason being because had we actually won the game, we qualified for the first round of the FA Cup, and that will actually bring revenue to Oxford City. Now, bear in mind, FA Cup is just like how big clubs feel about Champions League. It's money spinning, all right? And with the money we've got, it will actually improve the finances to allow the club to actually tank throughout the season. So hopefully, Oxford City can do better next season for the FA Cup. Very, very sad that we can't actually be a giant killer. We lost to a Vanarama North-South League, Aldershot. FA Trophy, we are still in the running with an upset win over Southport on replay. Southport, on reputation, is a better team than us. They are on the promotion running with a strong performance in their Vanarama North League itself. We won. First game we drew 1-1. it was a sucker punch that they actually equalized against our team. But in the next game, we won 3-0 comprehensively. So I'm very, very happy with that. And hopefully in the next round, fourth qualifying round, we will actually replicate that performance. Now, player feature, Brandon Baze. Now I've talked about in the last video the right back Brandon Baze and Kieran Wiltshire, the winger of Kieran Wiltshire, actually beginning to form a good partnership, and this has actually translated to his average rating over the span of 15 league games. It's 6.88. Improvements made critically in marking and anticipation and pace, something that I want in a right back. Marking on wingers, anticipate where the passes is going to be, and the pace to actually outpace a winger, and of course launch a counter attack on the right. His best performance comes against Isbon Bro, a fellow in the league, 7.9. So he is something that I'm looking to groom, and hopefully on a long run, hopefully his potential ability match to where he came from. Now, I plucked him on a free, and he hailed from Queen's Park Rangers Youth Academy, so it is quite a solid buy for me. Kieran Wiltshire, right winger, again, builds great partnership with Brandon Baze. He's ever present for Oxford City. He was there when I just took over, and he's the key man in the fight back against Bath City. Why I would actually put him on a highlight, because his tackling is good, which enables us to win back possession on the right flank. His work rate is high, and he's pacey as well for in the league. So this is quite good. He can impose his game on, especially with teams with a physically weak left flank. So he's the man who I pin on to do counter attacks alongside with Brandon Baze. So I'm very, very happy with his performance. Feature attacker Shaquille Winter-Coles as a poacher. I use him more as a super sub. 2 goals in 8 substitute appearances. He has in fact one of the best ball control attributes, not only in the team but also in the league. He's very promising. Only 19 years old. A great cover for strikers if they are injured. The first team strikers. The only thing that I fear is that he's on a permanent part-time contract. So there will be times when he's expected to play in the first team. So I have to actually look whether do I have the luxury or chance to actually put him as a first team. So that's something for me to actually look forward to counter, and hopefully that will be good. Now, I'm gonna hopefully cover for you in the next 10 rounds of the league games. That will be league matches 21 to 30, and of course the continuation of the FA Trophy. Do look forward to the video. Hopefully Friday is a public holiday here in Singapore, so I will hope to actually cover the video as soon as possible. It's not easy for me to juggle between work and what I'm doing now, but I hope you guys can actually share with me how to improve the video and what I can feature in the video. Hopefully you guys are happy. I'm happy with certain progress that Oxford City has made, but of course I hope to actually be a better presenter for you guys and hopefully share other features of the game that you might find it interesting. FM 2020 has a lot of enhanced AI features, which is a far cry from what it was originally, in terms of training, in terms of match controls, in terms of how you can actually influence the team throughout the season. So do drop me feedbacks, do drop me opinions, let me know in the comments. Try to support my YouTube channel. I'll put in the link. I hope you give me the best support in these trying times. So please take care in these tough times, and